Hello everybody and welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. On the last episode, we finished the old schoolhouse. We had the idea thing for the festival and we did our practical exam. Now we have our field study locations, but we're supposed to be meeting with Instructor Sarah, I think at the Academy entrance. Is that in my quest notebook? Probably not. But maybe. Yep, right here. Gather at the field. We were all told to meet here at 9 a.m. Seems like I still have some time. No idea what this is all about, but it'd probably be a good idea to finish preparing first. I did that after I ended that episode. So I'm good. I'm raring to go. Good, you're all here. Oh, instructor, I wasn't expecting you to be... Sharon? Weren't you in the dormitory when we left? Indeed I was, but I was summoned here by Lady Sarah. So after seeing you all off, I came straight here. How did I guess she'd get here ahead of us? You know, at this point, I shouldn't really be surprised. Sheesh, she ain't the reinforced top maid for nothing. Personally, I would have preferred not to ask her to come at all, but since she's acting as Group 8's guide, I didn't have much of a choice. Why, thank you. Wait, why would we need a guide? So you're telling me... Oh, it looks like everyone's here already. Oh, Sharon's here too. Huh? What you doing here? Cooking, cleaning, instantaneous teleportation? I don't know. It went by so fast. Well, we've got all of you here now. And look at that. It's 9 a.m. right on time. Huh? What's that sound? Sounds like a rush of air. No, that's not quite it. Sounds to me like an airship. Are you kidding me? Look. What is? What the hell is that? Here they come. Is this going to be our method of travel, or are we meeting with someone? Their faces. What is this thing even doing here? Yes, of course. Wow, it's so cool. A Crimson airship. Who does it belong to? An Imperial Army warship, maybe? Nah, not enough giant guns. Still, the shape looks familiar. Oh, now I remember. It's like the white wings of Libero. You think so too, right? You mean like the Arcele? I don't know. Now that you mention it, I do see the resemblance. The Arcele. Wasn't that a high-speed cruiser from the kingdom of Libero? Indeed, it was on the very airship. It was on that very airship Prince Oliver made his triumphant return to Himdallr. No way. They're not seriously going to land here, right? Of course they are. It's 75 arch from bow to stern. It might be a bit of a snug fit, but they should be able to touch down. Man, you've got to be kidding me. Wait a minute. How do you know how large it is? That thing is much bigger than it looks. Ooh, that's got a nice breeze, but very dusty. This is the best. It's actually very pretty up close. The more I look, the more it seems just like the RSLA, except for red. It bears the crest of Arabonia, though. So at the very least, it's an airship from the Empire.
Salutations, my beautiful friends! It's only been 10 days since last we met, but I couldn't keep myself away.
Oh no.
Prince Oliver.
And Major Vander.
I'm glad to see you all again.
Your slack-jawed amazement says it all. It looks like this will be quite the crowd pleaser during its grand unveiling in Heimdall.
Wait, what grand unveiling?
Man, I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Still, the prince is just here in a supporting capacity today, to say nothing of myself. The real stars of the show are the airship and this fine gentleman we have aboard.
Who may you be referring to?
It's been quite some time. I see many familiar faces gathered here today, and several I've yet to have the pleasure of meeting.
Why do I get the feeling it's...
Is that?
Let me guess. Is it Chancellor?
I know that voice.
Maybe. No. Oh, it's her dad. Embrace her, dude. Toval?
The Radiant Blade Master?
Father.
So that's Laura's dad? Wait, who's the one now?
I'm sorry.
And look, Toval's with him too.
Ha, this isn't quite how I expected our grand reunion to go, that's for sure.
What are you doing up there? And what's with the hat?
Allow me to introduce you. This is Captain Victor S. Arcid, who will be assuming command of this ship.
So that's what this is about.
I'll fill you in on the details another time.
What in the name of Adios is that?
Oh. Does he have to show up, Patrick?
Wow, what a pretty ship.
This thing's a real piece of work.
Incredible! I've heard about the specs, but the numbers don't do it justice. Looks even better live than on paper.
Oh, the principal.
Principal Van Dyke, you too?
Could someone fill us in on what exactly is going on here?
Your bafflement is quite understandable. The chairman of the board proposed a change to your travel arrangements for this month's field study. He's agreed to deliver all of you to your respective destinations aboard this airship.
What?
We'll be riding in style.
Crow's enjoying this.
He's mainly taking it on its maiden voyage to unveil the ship to the nation. We're just kind of along for the ride. You'll be headed to the capital first, but from there, it'll be a straight shot to Ruhr.
Wow. I'm not sure what to say.
Oh, this is all so sudden. I think I need to sit down.
Well, should we be off, Your Highness?
Yes, that sounds marvelous. With that, let me be the first to welcome you, Class 7. Aboard the 2nd Arcel class high-speed cruiser, the Courageous.
Interesting choice of names. I wonder why people name their airships. I don't know. I like the color though. That is my favorite color. You wouldn't be able to tell which colors of my channel, but green is my second favorite color. Plus, it's the most common color for code. I like this music. Huh, not even our high-speed trains could hope to match that. That may be true, but we still have our own strengths. How's the investigation coming along? Well, they've been pretty blatant about trying to obstruct us. So basically, about what we expected. The same is true in other areas as well. Understood. Respond with pattern 13. I'll head there myself this afternoon. Yes, ma'am.
Sight. My brother told me all about it, but there's no substitute for seeing it soar through the skies. Simply beautiful. Yes, it really is. You're up there, aren't you, Wayne?
How do you know that?
Wow! That's the Courageous. Oliver finally finished his airship.
It's a fine ship, isn't it? Prince Oliver seems to have gone to quite a lot of trouble having it built. Is this the wind of change you intend to release across our stayed in trouble land? Go, my son. Show me the caliber of a man you can be. Can you believe it? It's already been almost 2 years already. And look how far our debaucherous prince has managed to come. Partnering with Liberal to make a second Arcel-class airship, then cruising over the capital. I suppose that's one way to stick it to you for outmaneuvering him at the trade conference.
Let him have his fun for now. Still, this was certainly an unexpected play on his part. He and that band of students he likes to ship across the country have proven a never-ending source of entertainment. But now, my dear Prince Solomon, we have reached a decisive point. The board has been prepared, every piece in its place. Can you turn the tides in your favor? I look forward to finding out.
And if you stand in our way, you'll just get crushed. So, let's see how this goes. You can tell that airship is moving fast. The trains don't even move this fast when it's going to come to board. Narrator Province, southern edge of Sword District border. I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point. Currently 10:02. We have a northwesterly wind blowing in at the speed of 11 arg. We just passed through the Sorcerer Drache barriers airspace into the province of Nortia. Current speed is 3,050 SPH. We've reached full cruising velocity.
Maintain current course and speed. Follow the Nortia main line, maintaining a distance of 200 arg.
Aye, Captain. So this is what the bridge of a cruiser looks like. It's all kinda making my head spin. If I'm not mistaken, this ship is equipped with Esteen's Foundation's latest information processing system. So you actually managed to get the reinforced group, Zest Central Factory, and the Epstein Foundation to collaborate? I suppose you would be the most well-informed on matters of technology. It took the combined efforts of countless supporters to make this airship from blueprint to beauty. I've caused a great many people no small amount of trouble gathering the technology and funds to build it. It's nice to know even princes have trouble with financing sometimes. Alas, it's true. I had to borrow quite a sum from a number of sources, the Emperor himself among them. But all my labors bore fruit, and when we were able to build an airship that met all of my ideal specifications, at a length 75 arc, it's almost twice the size of the original RSL. I don't know. And with the sporting 20 ZCF high-speed performance engines, it can achieve a top speed of roughly 3,000 SPH. Not quite as fast as the RS's 3,600 SPH, but the courageous boasts high armor and interception capabilities. Good grief, she's memorized all the specs already. Still, the more I hear about it, the more unbelievable it sounds. Sounds like he's compensating for something. I heard something like this was in development, but I never would have imagined you'd pack this much power into it. Well, now we have a rough idea of how extravagant this ship is. What we don't understand is why my father's sitting in the captain's seat. He's not even part of the military. Unless, Father, did you actually enlist in the Imperial Army? I can understand why you might be perplexed. However, this ship isn't a part of any military force. Huh? So wait, is it officially regarded as property of the Imperial family? Precisely. I intend this ship to give wings to a third faction of sorts, unconnected to both the Imperial and Provincial armies. To that end, I could think of no finer captain than Viscount Arcid. Well, that at least explains some of it. I see what you're getting at, yeah. The fastest airship in the Empire, contained by the Radiant Blade Master. Couldn't ask for a stronger deterrent than that, I'll say. Well, that's my hope anyway. About half of the crew here are on loan from my division. the 7th Armored. The rest are civilians, representing a variety of nationalities and social classes. As for me, I'm here just because I'm good at gathering information. They've also tasked me as the point man for keeping in touch with the guild and all of its local branches. Makes sense to me. Toll was definitely a good choice. He's got tact and patience to spare. Me, on the other hand, I'm more of the face-punching type. Frankly, I'm still shocked we're here. I never imagined we'd be flying in such a marvel of a ship with such a distinguished crew. You got me curious though. Are you intending to tour the whole empire like this? That's our plan, yes. The hope is that it might help assuage some of the tension that's been building across the nation. If we happen to intimidate the Imperial Liberation Front while we're at it, all the better. Ah, that makes sense considering they've got their own airship too. The Intelligence Division and the RMP seems to be keeping them in check for now. But having a ship like this in the air would definitely put more pressure on the Liberation Front. In other words, this ship allows me to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Genius, isn't it? And if I ever feel the urge to stretch my wings, I can take to the skies whenever the mood strikes me. Perhaps one day I'll be able to put on a recital soaring in the skies above Dollar. Oh, wonderful. Well, putting aside certain idiotic flights of fancy. At this speed, we should take less than an hour to reach Roar. Feel free to make yourselves at home while you're aboard. Aside from restricted areas like the engine room, you have the run of the ship. Go on and poke around a bit. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks. I think I'll take you up on that. And that's how we ended up flying to our destination aboard the Empire's newest, most cutting-edge cruiser. But we didn't just sit and look out the windows, of course, since we had the captain's permission. We each set about exploring the craters, seeing what this top-tier, top-of-the-line airship had to offer. Top-tier, top-of-the-line airships. Hey, Mac, guess what's up? Everything on the airship is really cutting edge. Prince Oliver does love his surprises. First, his return to him Dollar on the RS Selly, and now this. Mars chilling over there. Oh, guess we should look around just a tad bit. Are you 3 working out what to do for our concert? Yeah, we got the general gist of it figured out now, but let me ask you, Reen, would you prefer male or female vocals? That's a really important question too, since it'll change the audience we draw. That's a tough decision. Why don't we try both then? You know what? That'd be perfect. I prefer female vocals, but both is best if you want to get all in a better crowd. It'd be perfect. Yeah, I really like that idea. 2 songs would be perfect length too. Rehearsing will be a bit tougher, but I think we should do it. It lets us use both plans too. Yeah, you won't see me complaining. He seems really excited for this. What you got, Crow? Come on, no one wants to see dudes sing. It's all about the ladies. Besides, if we make the outfit skimpy enough, guys will be breaking down the doors to get in. I regret talking to you every time. Your ideas have all the subtlety of a sledgehammer. You realize that this will put us in direct competition with Class 1, correct? We'll need to do something with a degree of class in order to take them on. Ooh, I'm assuming that's gonna be a shot. That's just a guess, though. Weird neck. Well, I'm not even gonna touch that yet. I have more exploring to do. I wonder if I'm gonna be able to do my card game thing. I may not like the card game itself, but I do like the bonding points. You know. Huh, look, it's the girls. The airship we used in the course was pretty fast, but this one's even faster. In fact, the specs seem pretty high across the board. Fancy stuff. Never a dull moment in Class 7, I guess. The view from up here is so beautiful. I feel like I'm weightless, soaring peacefully above the clouds. You know, this is actually the first time I've ever been aboard an airship. Oh, I think I'm starting to feel a little dizzy. Is that normal? I can't see anything but blue and white. Gang graphics, I suppose. Well, this airship is amazing. If we were flying faster than a bird, take that bird. We're flying. Okay. Now I kind of want one. I wonder if Gramps will get me my own airship by asking real nice. I doubt that's going to happen. You can already fly around on our Get Lab. Don't get too greedy. Seriously, I'm surprised she hasn't jumped off the airship called Air Gatland and just started flying around. With all that, she does. She'd probably never keep up with that ship, though. Let's go ahead and talk to them. Since we're here, might as well. At long last, the Courageous has finally taken to the skies of Arabonia. I feel like a mother hen watching her chicks leave the nest. I'll take your word for it. This may sound a bit forward for me to say, but it sounds like you had some hurdles getting this project together. It was no easy ride, I'll say that. I doubt it would have come together without the Prince's unwavering dedication and tireless work. He had to find the time to raise funds and oversee the entire project in addition to all his official duties. And to add to that, he had to take care of all the arrangement necessary to get Viscount Arcid's installment as its captain. I can't even imagine how busy your schedule must have been, even from a student's perspective. It sounds brutal. Well, for this ship to have any weight as a deterrent, I needed the Viscount. Thankfully, he agreed to my request. My plan is to create a neutral third power capable of acting independently of our nation's two competing factions. You can think of the Courageous as the first physical embodiment of that ideal. Third party, huh? I feel like I'm starting to understand at least part of what it is you're trying to accomplish. The role will be a difficult one, though. True, but this is only the beginning. Seeing this airship soar through the clouds for the first time moves my heart. Just as when Class 7 was formally established. I look forward to seeing what the future holds for the Courageous and for the brave men and women of your class. Your Highness, we live in interesting times. The political situation across the Empire seems to grow more ominous by the day, but with any luck, making a real show out of this ship launch will push back against the prevailing climate. Well, that's the hope at least. Either way, you'll have your whole life to split hairs about politics. For now, give your attention to your field study. Thank you. I know you have high expectations for us, and I hope we'll be able to meet them. Someone's missing. Where's Elisa? Guess I can't go through there. Well, it does say boarding gate. I don't think I want to go through there. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I had no idea the Reinforce Company was involved in developing something at this scale all this time. Then I find out it was a collaboration with the Epstein Foundation and ZCF. And on top of that, she's got her hands in development of our Argus units too. It's way too much work for one person. How many projects does Mother have under her wing right now? Well, I'm afraid I can't give a simple answer to that. But suffice to say, the chairman only knows about a small number of the projects in development by the Reinforce Company. Lately, the directors have. I knew it. Oh. Hello, Master Reen. Sorry, am I interrupting something? No, it's okay. Have you finished exploring the airship? I expect you to be a while longer before you reach Aurora. Finished? I don't even think I've seen half of it yet. It's kind of overwhelming. I'm looking forward to landing in Roar, though. It's been a while since I've seen the industrial metropolis. It's not too far away from my hometown, so I'd always hear about it in passing. Oh, that's right. You're from Ymir, so I guess you would then. You want a little refresher? I can bring you up to speed on all things Roar. Sure, why not? Oh, great. Roar used to be a factory town, but it grew into a hotspot for technology as the result of its steel and heavy industry. The population is around 200,000, and since the cities in Norta province is under Marquis Ragnar's jurisdiction. Ah, that's right. I still find it kind of wild that Angelica is his daughter. You know, last time I visited, it felt like the whole city was man-made. Trees and grass were rare sights. It kind of made it hard to tell how large the city really is. Well, the city itself is basically one giant structure divided into several levels. It's been expanded so many times that even long-time residents occasionally wind up in places they don't recognize. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Well, I have lost count of the number of times I had to go pick up Lady Elisa when she lost her way. That was when I was a kid. Don't say it like it still happens. Really, it was a long time ago. Huh, something tells me we're looking at the not quite so distant past. Anyway, north of Roar is the Session Iron Mine. The iron mine there makes its way into most of the Reinforced Group's productions on some form or another. The amount of ore they get from just that one mine is immense. The Empire would be a different place today without it. I don't doubt it. Even our textbooks mention the Session mine. It's been vital to the Empire since back before the Orbital Revolution. In the center of Roar, you can't miss the Reinforced Group's corporate headquarters, which is also basically my house. Honestly, I was hoping I wouldn't have to go back anytime soon. At least I guess there's no point in moping about it now. We've yet to have a field study that didn't spiral into some sort of hectic adventure, but I'm ready if you are. Well, just take it as it comes. I'll be wishing you all the best. Yes, elevator. Let's go back to the junction area and speak with Instructor Sarah, since she's somewhere around there. I think it was up here on the rear deck. Alright, there she is. Instructor Sarah, Toval, what are you guys doing out here? Oh, just a little bracer information swapping. That's about the long and short of it. Been a while since I last saw you guys, though. Not since last month in Legram. Yeah, always nice to see a friendly face, though. Well, despite keeping in touch with him and setting up these arrangements, it came as a surprise to me to see him on board, too. Clearly, it was meant to be. Honestly, I was only brought on board because of my connection with Viscount Arcid. The airship really is in a class of its own, though. It's not every day you see a ship owned by an Imperial family, captained by the Radiant Blade Master. This cruiser is potentially to be an important force in Erebonia going forward. Without ties to the Imperial or provincial armies, it can potentially keep both of them in check if need be. It might not be able to do quite as well as strong guild presence could. It might not be able to do quite as well as a strong guild presence could, but it'll still help protect a lot of people. That's true. It still frustrates me how the guilds used to be an institution here, and now we're barely keeping the lights on. At least Crossbow Branch sends its people over to help us when we need a hand, though. Winsel's one thing, but we owe MacLane so many favors I've lost count. MacLane? Wait, are you talking about... Oh yeah, I guess you would have heard of him. He's an A-rank bracer over in the Crossbow Branch. A guy we used to work with named Winsel works there now too. Wait, maybe we should back it up a bit. The guy we're talking about is Oris MacLane, aka the Divine Blade of Wind. The name probably sounds familiar because he's also a practitioner of the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade style. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. Never met him myself, but I've heard a lot of him from my master. He mastered the school's second form, which sounds about as untouchable as anyone who holds the title of Divine Blade. Don't you say second form when you use Gale? Well, he's pretty damn strong, I'll give you that. Bailed me out of more tough spots than I'd like to admit. Speaking of, you know who else is a student of the Eight Blades School? Cassius Bright. We were talking about him before, remember? He's the bracer who took command during the big incident 2 years ago. Though, from what I heard, he left the way the sword behind a while back. Cassius Bright was here in Arabonia? Wait, 2 years ago? It was an eventful time, to put it lightly. And yeah, we have Cassius to thank for getting us past that. But afterwards, well, you know the story from there. They shuttered guild branches all across the Empire, one after another, and your dear sweet instructor was out of a job. I'd be glad to give you all the grisly details, but it's a long story. We should probably save it for another time. But hey, the guild seems to have a good track record with the folks from the 8 Leaf School. Maybe you should consider a career as a bracer. The door's always open, you know. Me? A bracer? Huh. I'd never actually thought about it before. Hey, there's enough of us singing the bracer blues without you trying to recruit my students. Never hurts to start them early. Seriously though, we're always looking for more good people. If that's something you want to do, I wouldn't turn you down. I'll give it some thought. Alright. I should probably figure out what we're supposed to be doing, because I have no clue. I figured I'd talk to everybody. I don't think I missed anybody. Let's go to the bridge and see if there's anything there. Honestly, you could have told me about this a little sooner. Is this the reason you've been so busy lately? I apologize for the secrecy, but much of this project fell under the veil of strict confidentiality. There are some things I'm forbidden to speak of, even to my daughter. I'm sure you realize that. But Claus must have known, right? Why was he allowed to know while I was left in the dark? Well, we're really honored to have been invited aboard, though. We can rest a bit easier once we arrive in Roar, knowing we have an Imperial escort. Indeed you can. The Principal Army will have little choice but to accommodate you. This ship's purpose is to act like a deterrent to both factions as well as the Imperial Liberation Front. By doing that, we hope that Courageous will hold the old guard at bay long enough for something new to take root. I'm sure it will. They chose wisely in naming you captain. Still, I assume that's not this ship's only purpose. Well, true. Building an airship this advanced seems excessive if you're going to use it as a deterrent. Laura's right, there has to be some other purpose it was made to fulfill. Not very perceptive of you. I regret that I wasn't able to discuss this with you properly when you were in Legram last month, but I'm proud to see how much you've grown since you enrolled at the Academy. I have my class to thank for that. Learning aside them has been a constant source of insights. So, tell me, lady, how's she doing? Is Laura getting along with the other students? Huh? I think she's been fitting in fine. I see. That's reassuring to hear. At times I worry that growing up in a sword-fighting household caused her to end up, well, less rounded than her peers. I hope you and the others will continue looking out for her. Of course. We're glad she's with us. I can't imagine Class 7 without her. I can't help but get the feeling that she's something more to you than simply a classmate. Yeah, I can't imagine some of those fights that I've had without her. Her damage is ridiculous, and honestly, well needed in some of these fights. Whatever the truth may be, I hope you continue treating her as the lady she is. I'm not one to abide inappropriate behavior towards my daughter. I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about, but I'd like to think I know how to conduct myself towards my classmates. Good, good. That's what I wanted to hear. What are the two of you going on about with all your whispering and furtive glances? It's nothing you need to concern yourself with. Just a little discussion between men. You needn't worry. We'll be sure to get you to your field study safely. As a student of Thor's, I expect you to give it your utmost. Huh? Ah, he really does care about her. Okay. Jeez, just going all around this shit today. Guess that's not it. I'm guessing new ones are opening up as I'm doing some. Well, normally I'd keep going, but we're at the 42-minute mark. And I have stuff to do. So, that is all the time we have for this episode of The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. If you like this episode, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all on the next episode.